was a valid question, and the
Just
concern.
to prove there's a zero tolerance with the Richmond, because there was a complaint against the Richmond Town team for excessive language.
Right.
If I'm correct.
Yes. When you're beating a team, Brian,
It's not about being a team. It's just the situation.
I think the parents got
It was
out of
involved with the parents, correct.
Right.
And also, Beck, the coach of the Eagles, told the parents it's a zero tolerance.
Right.
Let me please coach your kids.
Right.
And you know what happened? Everybody cooperated. Richmond Town Eagles won that game.
Yes. They went undefeated, 8-0, perfect season, 8-0.
Yes.
That's something that the Richmond Town Rush is looking to do, hopefully one day, or one season, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that perfect season's got to be a great
That game
feeling.
that game is not rigged. Even John was the assigned referee for that game. That's not a rigged game. That's an official game.
Yes.
You cannot rig a soccer game.
No, you really can't. I mean, the referee's in total control, and there's no replays. There might be a situation
Unless someone
where,
tapes the whole game, that's
Right.
a replay right there.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like you can't go to the replay. Like I can't walk over to you and say, Brian, rewind the tape
Yeah.
and let me see that play again.
Right.
It's not happening. It's
No.
not part of the rules. Not yet, at least.
Right. But
yeah.
fortunately, my camera is a digital camera, so once I stop the tape, that's just the footage.
That's it. Oh, you
That's
can't,
it.
You can't
There's no rewind.
Oh, okay. There's no rewind.
There's no rewind. Only on a mini, unless you're like taping off a mini DV or DVC Pro camcorders,
Right.
you can rewind back a little bit to get to your start point.
Okay.
But as far as digital recording goes, once you stop it, that's it. That's the footage right there. No matter how much time it is on digital recording.
Now that we're talking about videotape, they may be implementing some type of, I think, for the goal nets.
Yeah.
Because so many times in professional sports, there's a shot taken, and if the ball hits the crossbar
Yeah.
and bounces down on the line, is it a goal?
No.
Right. The ball's got to be completely over the line.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see by the eye, by the naked eye, the quickness of the shot.
Yeah.
So they're looking into putting in some type of video camera in the net or something.
Yeah.
And for
Which can only be reviewed by the referee, by the referee only.
Yeah, so that, I mean, it's not a rule yet.
That's
but
in the
there's
professional
talk,
soccer.
Right. There's talk about
But
that.
as far as youth soccer go, there is no replays.
No, youth soccer, whatever the referee sees, and he's in total control of the game, and when I referee games, I just like to keep it. Look, try to be fair. If a coach is gonna start, with his mouth, I mean, I'll warn him, and I'll just tell him, look, we're all here to have fun. No one's here to, the cursing, that stuff. There's no room for that in the game. The kids don't need to hear that stuff. I mean, I've done a lot of U8 games last season, and younger.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of older games like a U12 and stuff like that. That's where there's a 3-man system, which is good. I like that because you got some more help on which
Right.
But normally for the most part I've had a pretty good time refereeing the young kids. I've had one incident which you know about, and it happens to be with a Richmond Town coach.
The Badgers.
I had to give a card to, which I didn't want to give a yellow to. I mean, come on. Only because he thought I was changing the rules when I asked to just take one of his kids out because he committed a harsh foul, and to just talk to him about it. I let the 2 kids shake hands. I try to do the right thing here.
Yeah.
And he's asking me to don't change the rules. I'd rather you give me a yellow. So I didn't give.
How is that rule change? I don't understand. You're just. I mean, for a father to manage his son, you should take that in pride. Be like, you know what, my son. You should they notice the coaches. No offense to you, John.
Right. No offense.
When it comes to being between a parent and a coach, you gotta physically use your mental mind to realize that the referee is giving you a favor. Your son, you didn't realize, maybe you didn't realize son's doing wrong. You're speaking more out of your mouth than using your head.
Right.
And the coach of the Richmond Town Badgers basically should have calmed down, take a deep breath, and understand what the referee's doing a favor for. But instead, he didn't think out his mouth. It's what you call burning a candle with two ends.
Yeah.
And accepted the yellow card from referee John Contaduca for misconduct of not only his own player, but his own son.
Yeah, it's just a situation where the games didn't count.
Correct.
We're back to that because it was a U7 game at the time. And it's still, to my understanding, it's still a teaching phase. I mean, even the U8's teaching, but you're trying to teach them that's unacceptable, tripping a player from behind. So I brought, I told them to both, I told them, well, he tripped the kid. He got up. He was okay. Thankfully, he was okay. I had them shake hands to show them sportsmanship, okay? And then I also said, instead of me giving the kid a yellow card, why would I want to give a 7-year-old a yellow card? There's no good that's going to come out of that.
Plus, they review those too. Bill Smith reviewed those. What teams got a yellow card during the season or a red card?
So what's the good out of giving a 7-year-old a yellow card? Nothing, because that's probably going to stick with him for a long time. Oh, I got a yellow. So I don't want to give him a yellow card. I asked the coach nicely to just sit him out, give him a little speech, talk to him, and let him know that that's not how we play the game.
Yeah.
He said no. Why are you changing the rules? I'd rather you give him the yellow. No, I'm not giving him the yellow. I showed him the yellow.
Yeah.
So he got the warning, okay? And the game went on.
And what did you hear any reaction from the parents?
No, I did get a little bit of feedback from other people
Were
that
you
were
booed
around.
for it?
No. People were saying that I was right and I made the right call.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, spectators, when they saw me having the boys shake their hands, were happy and clapping.
Yeah.
So he was the only one that had a problem with that, which is, you know what, there's no room for soccer. If you're not going to teach the kids the game, and I don't care what level it is, if you're not teaching them respect,
Exactly.
and along with teaching them the game of soccer, then you're useless. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think respect comes first.
Absolutely.
You got to respect your opponent. You know what? He's another 7-year-old boy, just like this boy is.
Yeah.
You're tripping him, and what's that kid going to do? If I let him get away with it, the kid that got tripped is, oh, you know what? Let me go trip the other kid, and it's just going to trickle down, and then it's got to stop.
Exactly.
And
And it's
gotta
also
teach
leading up to bullying as well too.
It's going to lead up to bullying. It just has to stop.
Yeah.
You have to stop it in their tracks. Someone is allowed to make a mistake. You speak to him about it. That's fine. And that's where I was trying to get at. Speak to him. Tell him there's no room in the game for that. And let's move on.
Exactly.
But he was disagreeing with me, so you know what? I did
deserve
what I
what you
had
get.
to do. Yeah, exactly.
Now, speaking of a related story, you almost got a yellow card yourself too, and this is at Patride's last year.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Well, as a coach,
Yes.
yes. During a game, I was a little vocal, not really in the much of cursing, but a little vocal to the referee because he wasn't making calls.
Right.
I thought he wasn't making the calls, but then again, he's got his own view, and that's the thing with coaches. I understand now both sides of the game because I'm a coach and I'm a referee. So
Right.
the referee at this particular game, it was against Patride's, at Patride's, was seeing the game differently than the way I was seeing it.
Yeah.
So arguing a couple calls here and there, and I kept on going, and he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Give me a warning.
Right.
After I got that warning, I shut my mouth. And
Plus, that game was on tape too, and we also caught the referee doing. You told me this once before, John. When you're the referee, you take control of the game.
yes,
So there was during the game there was a play, which the ball was supposed to be thrown in. Instead, the game kept going, and this didn't happen once; it happened twice.
yes. And this is the reason why I was very vocal in that game, as far as telling him the plays.
But you couldn't see that from your angle. Only
No.
I saw it in my spectator angle.
No, but he did miss calls where he tripped my particular play, one particular play, which happens to be my daughter.
Yeah.
A couple of times he missed those calls.
It was caught on. I think it was caught on camera.
Yes,
wasn't
that
it?
was on camera also. We have footage of that, and we do have footage of that. But this is the reason why. And I'm normally not a vocal. I normally don't lash back at the referee unless I see there's something repeatedly happening. On and on. He's missing calls. you seen a call on your sideline and the spectator sideline where the ball went out and he let it play. So,
But you want to know something else? You can't really do anything about that either,
No.
whether the referee made a missed call or not.
No, you can't.
It's basically something you keep in your own mental record. I mean, you don't want to, rat out the referee for doing a bad job.
It's not a matter of ratting out. You can't do anything about it to change it because he's in total control of the game.
Correct.
His calls are the calls that stand. You could put your complaints in all you want.
Yeah.
The league will review it, but they can't overturn anything.
No, you
They're
can't.
They're not going to overturn it.
I think I told you that once before. Even if you saw footage parts where the ball was supposed to be thrown in, there's nothing you could do about it. That game stands.
Yeah, that's it. It is what it is. Thankfully, we won the game, and that's the. You know what? When I'm told by a referee to zip it or you're going to get a card, that's it. That's you don't want to get a card.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to look bad. Not only on your team, your players, the spectators, but your club. As a club, then you got to answer to your director.
Correct.
So, and I don't want to be answering why I got a card. So, it could ultimately lead to you being dismissed as a coach.
Correct.
It definitely can. So I love the game too much to, want to be fired, so to speak. One more game that we didn't cover on the schedule to wrap up the fall season on November 10th. It will be at 11:30 a.m. game. Holy Child.
Holy child!
Holy cow. Yes, Brian. Exactly. But you know what? To their credit, they're the only team that we couldn't beat last season.
Why is that?
Because we tied them 0-0. That was a game. No excuses, Brian. Not making excuses, but a couple of our players weren't there. That was the day right before communion.
Yes.
The game was played on a Friday. Yeah. It was a very windy day. But you know what? To their credit, good for them. They tied us. They're the only team that got a point out of us last season. So, you know what? It's unfortunate that we don't.
They also have a good parish too. Also.
Yeah, that parish is good, Holy Child, and we have to wait until November 10th to rematch them because I want a piece of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to beat them finally. They tied us last year, the only team that we haven't beaten, and we were undefeated.
And I missed out that game. It was on a Thursday. It was on a Thursday.
Was that no? That was a Friday game.
Friday.
Yeah,
I missed out.
We went undefeated for the past 2 seasons. They're the only team that got a point out of us. So
Yes.
that's a rematch game right there.
Yeah.
And that'll wrap up the fall schedule.
I thought there was more games than that.
No, that's it. 8 games. I'm gonna try and look up.
So no Our Lady Star of the Sea?
Nope, they've been demoted to Division 2.
Really?
Yes, because of their bad season last year. Yes.
Oh, I remember that game. I didn't take there was no video. I took some pictures, but that was on and off. And as far as the game goes, I think you won 5-0.
The 3-0.
3-0.
We beat them, but they beat us in the March Madness in the indoor tournament.
Yes.
And I think that was
Which I did not know it was at Patrides. I thought it was at Our Lady Star of the Sea. No, they played that game at indoors in Patrides.
Right, and I believe that was their highlight of the season for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really attached to one whole season,
Right.
but as far as from March to June, I think winning that tournament was their best time because they had a bad spring.
Yeah.
I don't think they won 2 games. So I mean, and they're also another good club, very well coached.
Yeah. But this is all on a hardwood floor. They couldn't bring no artificial turf inside.
No, they can't. No.
They should find a way to put artificial turf paddings, pad around like a mini soccer field.
Now you're talking dollar bills.
Well, yes,
talking
that'd be
money.
true.
You're
Just like Madison Square Garden with the Knicks.
You're talking money.
Yes, they should find a way to put some funding onto that.
You know something? There's a stadium being built on Staten Island on Father Capodanno.
I found out about it.
Okay, give us some info on that because
It's most going to be for indoors, mostly for track and field.
Okay.
It's going to be another alternative to the Armory.
right. Okay, so, but I did speak to the developer when he was on Vic Turner in the Midnight Show.
Midnight Show, yes.
His name skips me right now. I forget the gentleman's name.
It starts with a G.
Okay, he had
think.
definitely said that there will be soccer fields made around the track stadium.
Right.
They're going to build soccer fields
Outside.
outside. I'm hoping that they do something on the inside for the winter time, where it includes soccer. So, we'll wait and see. The stadium is going up pretty quick. I know they got the roof up there. I seen the beams up. I drive by there just about.
Now, I know it's one place that's also opening up too this season. Also, is the Owl Hollow.
Yeah, I don't think there's any games on there yet. No, they're not open yet as far as the league. I think that in springtime, Staten Soccer League will be on that field in the springtime.
Right.
Yeah, so the field is ready to go?
Almost ready to go.
Oh, it's not ready yet. Okay.
It should be done, completed by the end of 2012.
Okay, so then the spring, I believe, our spring season will have some games over there. Hopefully, I'd like to stick to one field.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give me Patrides the whole season, okay, fine. I'll get used to it. We'll go to Patrides every game. If it's Miller, stick with Miller. I don't like bouncing around week to week. Miller, Patrides, Owl Hollow, St. Dorothy's, Star of the Sea.
When was the last time I've been to Owl Hollow? Not to Owl Hollow, St. Dorothy's.
St. Dorothy's we have not been to in a couple of seasons now, a couple of years.
I think maybe St. Dorothy's is only for like the younger, like 4 or 5 years old.
True, 6. Yeah, U6. We were there when we were U6.
So you probably won't go to St. Dorothy's anymore because they're all like
right,
older age.
Right, it's a small field. You're right. Just like Star to Sea, only fields the little guys. And
it's funny. There's only about 4 little fields in Outlet Star of Sea. Except I think one big one in a way.
Yes, it's for them. I was refereeing there. Were you there? You were there with me.
I was there, yes.
You know what, Brian? It all starts with those little teams, because without those little guys and girls, growing up, we're not gonna have a league.
Yeah.
So,
but it's kind of like a slight distract, because when I was there at Outlet Star C, and your assistant coach Frank Tricomi,
yes,
the side where the players and coach are, they were on the same side as the train tracks. And
yes, that's it. That could have been a distraction. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes.
I noticed that. I noticed that they put the coaching staff on that sideline.
They should at least find a way to put not barricade, but at least some sort of
maybe a fence or something.
Fencing to to buff out the noise.
Yeah.
So this way the coaches communicate to the players.
Again, that's coming down to dollars.
But those dollars be funded by Outlet Star to Sea, not from Richmond Town.
No, right. Well, but don't forget now, the league also does pay these sites wherever they play. They do pay them to use their.
And they have a very intriguing parish also at Outlet Star to Sea.
Yeah, why is that?
Why is they also have? I mean, have you seen their facility is huge.
I've never been on the inside, no, but I definitely have to check it out. Maybe one of these games, if I'm not rushing out of there to go referee another game. Yeah, but you know what? Most of the times that I'm there, the churches are probably closed because mass is over.
Right.
But I'd like to get in there because you've spoken highly of that church a number of times.
Oh, don't remind me about that one.
Yeah.
Including their head of the parish himself, Father Conway.
Yes, Father. Is he the Monsignor or is he just a father?
I'm not sure what his title.
Well, if you just said father, he's not a Monsignor if he's father.
No, it's Father Conway.
He's probably just a priest there. And do you have any background on him?
Nothing. I can't say it on the air.
Okay.
But as far as when the buildings go, I mean, they tore down the building that was nearly 30 years old to build a little bit kind of bigger parish.
And just so if the viewers don't know where Star to Sea is, where are they located?
Outlet Star to Sea is located on Huguenot Avenue and Amboy Road.
Huguenot and Amboy, right on the corner there.
Not the exact corner. I mean, you have
it's not far from Tauntonville, right?
No, it's actually the next town over is Princess Bay.
Princess Bay. So, Tauntonville High School is further down, right?
A little bit further.
A little bit further down. Not too far.
Not too far.
Not too far at all. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that wraps up the schedule for the Richmond Town Rush. Yeah. Like I did mention, Brian, a lot of teams. You got the Raspberry.
Yeah.
Coached by Mike Tricomi. He'll be at Patrides for most of his season. I think he has one game at Star.
I did saw another Richmond Town team too listed. The Richmond Town Little Angels.
that team I haven't seen. It's possible. Do you know what age group?
I think
It just takes too long for me to pull it up on here.
I think it's a girls group.
It takes
It's definitely
too
girls.
long.
I think it's a U5
U5 team?
or is it U6?
Well, let's see. Let's see what we got here.
Because
Well, U5 boy girl they have only two
yeah.
divisions. So
Right.
I'll pull
Plus,
that up
also,
now.
why is there an Atlantic Division East? I saw it, Atlantic
Well,
Pacific.
they just named that stuff.
How
you
would
know
you
what?
call
There's the
this?
Richmond Town Rangers.
Yes,
That's
no
a new
one.
team. Yeah.
Yes.
The Rangers.
I think also Rebels. Also, I'm not sure. There's a couple of new Richmond Town teams on there.
Rangers. I don't
There's,
see.
I mean, the Richmond Town. I mean,
don't
the
see
reason why you
anybody
have
else.
these new teams because the teams under 14 they finish up their seasons. I think last year, I mean, for the spring 2012 was the end of the Richmond Town Diamonds.
Right. The Diamonds. Yeah.
So that's why you have Richmond Town Raspberries being a U5, but they call it a U5BG.
Let's see if Richmond Town updated their teams on their own website. Now, if anyone's interested, let's just bring this out. If anyone wants to sign up your child, if you're looking for a soccer club, Richmond Town is the largest soccer club on Staten Island.
Yes.
Over 400 kids, Brian. 400 kids. So they are the largest
And they're
club.
still looking to expand.
Yeah, Bill Smith's got to be doing something right. He's the president of not only soccer, the Staten Island Soccer League, but also of Richmond Town Soccer. So he's got to be doing something right. I love coaching for Richmond Town. So and Bill is really a nice guy, and he takes care of not only his coaches but the
Even
players.
though Richmond Town wasn't your first.
No, it wasn't my first choice because I didn't know about Richmond Town.
Right.
And I
Neither
think
did I. I'll be honest with you.
Bill Smith puts the kids first. And,
Absolutely.
I've known Bill now for 4 years, and it's kids. Everything is for the kids. Yeah, we don't want to go back to what my first choice was because we're 6-0 against that club.
That's understandable.
We'd like to keep it on the
And your
field.
daughter also played with them too, Gabriella.
Yeah, she definitely did play with them. All right, just to go over I don't think they updated the clubs yet. Let me see. The Badgers, the Fury, Predators, Revolution, Robins, Rascals, Ravens, Fusion, Rockets, I'm sorry, Eliminators, Rampage, Rush, the Richmond Town Rush,
Yeah.
Eagles, which are no longer in existence. So
Right.
this is not an updated list. You got the Raiders, the Liberty, the Ace, the Gators, the Red Bull, the Lightning, the Sparkle, the Wizards, the Flames, the Charms, the Dynamo, the Patriots, the Renegades, Scots, and the Diamonds. I mean,
Oh, Diamonds. I thought they're gone.
well, like I said, this is not an updated.
That's
this is
not
not
updated,
updated at all because we don't even see the Rangers on here.
I can't believe how much food they got, too.
Yeah,
That's another story. That was from, I'm talking about the
talking
Richmond
about
Town.
the clinic,
The picnic. The
picnic. I'm sorry,
barbecue. The
Yeah.
picnic and awards.
So-
because every summer season, the Richmond Town, all the teams get together at one place, and all the coaches and players get rewards.
Yeah, they go to Camp Kaufman on it's on Manor Road.
Right. Across the street from
Right.
JCC and Susan Wagner High School.
Right, it's been there for the past couple of years. The picnic.
Yes.
So just to mention it one more time, RichmondTownSoccer.com. If you want to sign up, you could do everything online.
Yeah.
There's no other way really to sign up, Brian. You have to do everything online. It's self-explanatory. It's
Well,
120
I'm sure back then people had to come down to Richmond Town, sign out paperwork.
Well, the thing is, there is no Richmond Town Club where people could go. They can mail. I guess if you look on the website, just go onto the websites. Everything is there. You can mail in a check if you don't want to pay by credit card.
Yeah.
You can mail it in. You mail it right to Bill's house. His address is on there, and there's also his phone number, his contact info. But
Nice.
I guarantee you will not be disappointed if you join Richmond Town.
No.
Get it done. Guaranteed, Brian. And if you do have a problem, Bill will definitely take care of it.
Yes.
Because he always puts his kids first.
Definitely.
You know, kids come first in my mind, Bill's mind, and a lot of other coaches.
My question, John, how many years has Richmond Town been in soccer for?
That's a good question. I've spoken to one of the other directors, Anthony. I've seen pictures from the 80s. It probably goes further back into the 70s.
Yeah.
So it's been around. They've been around a long time.
So they're probably close to their 50th anniversary.
Yeah, pretty close because I know Bill's only, maybe 10, 15 years Bill's around.
Yeah.
With Richmond Town about that. So, and like I said, I've seen pictures with the uniforms.
Yeah.
Just crazy style from back from the 80s, But I'll
It'll be interesting for the Richmond Town
But that's
teams to
another
wear
thing.
a.
That's That's a great question, Brian, because I'm trying to get Bill Smith on the show. Boy, I tell you, whenever we do get Bill Smith in this studio, boy, play the lotto.
Yeah.
Play the lotto that day.
Yes.
You know what? And I think Guy's playing the song, which tells me that the show is over.
Yeah.
Brian,
Yeah.
thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
John Contaduca for the Solo Rush Soccer Report. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Directing the show, right?
On the field, think of you. Trainer says some love tonight. Alright. Alright.
Football crazy, yeah. Yes, I'm just football man. Make the goal number one. Give the ball for me. Don't wanna miss my chance. There she goes, just look. Nice and easy goal.
Yes, I'm the best. I'm the best in all the world. I'm the strongest of them all. I'm football crazy. I'm football crazy. I'm football crazy. Sunday night, match is through. Now got more time for you. Tuesday dawn, another day. Will I make it to Sunday?